Hey everyone, Aaron here from MTGChallengers, and welcome to another Magic the Gathering gameplay. Today we have me playing USA Control going up against Matthew playing Boros Aggro. Matthew was on the play for Game 1. He started things off with a Mana Confluence and a Soldier of the Pantheon going to 19. I laid down a Temple of Triumph and scryed, choosing to send the top card of my library to the bottom. Matthew played a Mutavault and swung for 2 with his Soldier, taking me to 18. I played a Temple of Enlightenment, scrying again, and chose to leave the card on top this time. Matthew went to 18 with his Confluence on his next turn to cast a Dryad Militant. He then hit me for another 2 with his Soldier, taking me to 16. I paid 2 life for a Hallowed Fountain on my next turn, going to 14 and passed it back. Matthew missed his land drop, so he just went to 17 to animate his Mutavault and swing with his team for 6, taking me to 8. I just played a Steam Vents tapped on my next turn and passed it back again. Matthew went to 16 to animate his Mutavault once again and attacked with his team for another 6, dropping me to 2. I played a tapped Sacred Foundry. I then cast a Jace, Architect of Thought, and used his +1 ability to try and stay alive. However, I realized I was still dead, so I scooped it up, giving Matthew the win and taking us to Game 2. Welcome to Game 2. I was on the play and took a mulligan down to 6 cards, which I still wasn't happy with, but chose to keep. I played a Temple of Epiphany for my first turn, scrying, and sent the top card of my library to the bottom. Matthew just played a Sacred Foundry tapped and passed. I drew my card but didn't get another land, so I passed it back. Matthew laid down a Plains and cast an Imposing Sovereign. I did get a second land this turn in the form of an island. I then killed the Sovereign with Elysium Warders. Matthew played another Plains and cast a Boros Reckoner. I just played a Steam Vents tapped and passed. Matthew played a Mutavault. He then cast an Iroas, God of Victory. For combat, he hit me for 3 with his Reckoner, taking me to 17. I just drew and passed for my next turn. Matthew played another Plains and cast a Precinct Captain. This would have turned Iroas into a creature, so I countered it with a Counterflux. Matthew then just cast a Dryad Militant. He animated his Mutavault and swung with it along with his Reckoner for 5 damage, dropping me to 12. I just drew and passed again. Matthew played another Plains and cast a second Reckoner, which I countered with a Dissolve. I did get to scry from it, sending the top card of my library to the bottom. However, he was able to resolve a Soldier of the Pantheon after this. This pushed him up to the 7 devotion that he needed to make Iroas a creature. He then swung with him and the rest of his team for exactly lethal, giving him the win to the game and the match. So that's it for this matchup. Thank you all very much for watching. If you're interested in the lists for these decks, click the annotation at the end of this video for links to the deck techs. Also, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and like the Facebook page to support the continuation of this project. Thanks for visiting, and if you like what you see, subscribe for more Magic the Gathering content.